Our lesson topic for today is Unit 7, Charity, Lesson 18. This is English for Grade 8. Before I proceed to today's lesson topic, students, I would like to remind you what we learned last lesson. That was Lesson 17. We have been talking about the defining a relative clauses. What do you mean by that, relative clauses? That was a lesson that we learned last time. To remind you some pointers, I would like to give you some hints. We learned about two kinds of clauses: defining relative clause and non-defining relative clauses. What do you mean by that, defining relative clauses? You remember, students, in both cases, the common relative pronouns that we are able to use in the case of defining and defining relative clauses, there are 5 in number. These are who, which, that, whose, whom. So we are able to use these pronouns in both cases, but sometimes there is a difference. The only pronoun that we do not use in the case of a defining relative clause is that, T-H-A-T. Don't use in the case of a defining relative clause. And beside that, we're also trying to identify the difference between the two kinds of clauses. The defining relative clause more of tells about specific information, a specific subject, whereas when it comes in the case of the defining relative clause, we give more emphasis to the additional information. Beside the subject does something, we are expecting another information. This is the only difference that exists between the two kinds of clauses. So defining clause in sometimes what we call it restrictive clause. The same is true in the case of non-defining relative clause, what we call it non-restrictive clause. I hope that you practiced some of the issues regarding this area, what's defining and what non-defining relative clauses. Don't forget that. Another issue you have to know about these two clauses is that in the case of defining relative clause, there is no need of what? Comma. So don't use comma. Whereas when it comes in the case of the defining relative clause, there is what? Comma. It's maybe 2 commas, it's maybe 1 comma. So as to identify the additional information with the rest of the other clauses. That's it. So I'm sure that you practiced a lot and you did a lot of activities regarding that, I'm sure. So let's come to today's topic, that is Unit 7. This is a new unit. Unit 7. That is charity. This is the main issue of today's topic, charity. I would like to talk about something about what do you mean by that, charity. I'm sure that there are a lot of organizations in our country who are helping people in different ways. Those people who are working in the charity activities, some are local organizations, others are international organizations. All objectives of these organizations are assisting or helping or changing the life of the needies or the communities. So, the charity work is very important, students, please. You have to be generous. You have to be keen on to help the others who are in need of what? Help. Therefore, I would like to make you some of the common vocabularies that we have to learn about this issue or this chapter. Let's go and see. Charity is one. What do you mean by that, charity? Again, here now, when you think about charity, you are welcome to see that homeless. What kind of relationship does it have with the word or the vocabulary that is charity? The other one is helpless. Helpless. You are welcome to see these vocabularies in this unit issue. Volunteer. Volunteer. What do you mean by that? Volunteer. Fundraising. 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 And then donating. Donating. That's interesting. These are a few or important vocabularies that are familiar when you think about charity. Homeless, helpless, volunteer, fundraising, and donating. What kind of relation do they have? Yeah, we have to know the meaning of these words in context. The main issue of studying these vocabularies is how to identify, how to know the meaning of the word in context. Students. So charity, as I have tried to mention or stated it earlier, charity means it's a kind of activity in order to help others with different issues, with different forms. It may be, okay, an item, it may be money, it may be any kind of what? Activities in order to change the life of an individual. So being a charity or a very important in your lives, right? Yeah. We have to be generous. Keen on, right? Generous. In order to help or just assist the others to change the life of, you see, their means of survival, just we have to make ourselves in different issues. Let's go into homeless. What do you mean by that, homeless? You know, homeless. Homeless. Someone who doesn't have, what? Any home, right? You are welcome to see some of the stray children. Yeah, they are common in every part of the world, right? Yeah. There are a lot of homeless people in many parts of the world, especially in the underdeveloping countries, right? They don't have any home. They usually spend their time the whole day and the whole night on the street. These are homeless. Therefore, the charity is mainly focuses on to help such kind of people and to make them free from this miserable life, right? Yeah, this struggling life. The other one is that is helpless, definitely. Homeless and helpless. That's why those people who do not have any home, this show that I'm sure that they are helpless. There's no one who thinks about them, right? No one is caring about their life. That's why they spend their nights and a day on the streets. Helpless. So in what way do we change the life of this community, this society, right? Yeah, we have to be generous. You see, we have to be generous. We have to be keen on to change the life of such kind of people. Have you ever helped your friends or among your classmates who is helpless? In what way do you help him? Good. You have to help your friends in different contexts. It's not only by item or money. You see, among your friends, there are some students who do have difficulty of what? Studying what? Different kinds of what lesson to understand it. Therefore, what do? You are going to do a lot of issues or a lot of activities in order to help your friend. Yeah, it was a problem of time to study his lesson, etc. Volunteer. Yeah, volunteer is someone who is, you see, interested in, right, ambitious in to change the life of the people. Volunteer. You have to be volunteer. It's not always just expect something from someone. Being voluntary, that's so nice. How many of you are helping your neighbors who are aged, old enough, in order to help them by washing their clothes maybe, by washing their bodies maybe, by cleaning their houses maybe? That's why they are aged people, right? They are aged. No one is helping them. So you have to be volunteer in order to change this society, this community. So volunteer begins from the scratch at home. Be volunteer. Be positive to help the others. What? Fundraising. Fundraising is a kind of activity that is usually formed by the volunteer group. You see? Yeah, it is common. These days, it's common really. We appreciate some of the volunteers who are keen on to assist such kind of people. They collect money by different events, such as fundraising is maybe. Fundraising activities usually taking part to change the life of such kind of people. It may be an item, it may be money. Your main objective is that to make such kind of people free from this miserable life. Yeah. This horrific life. Just to share their burden too, right? Yeah. So being volunteer and fundraising, yeah, you have to fund one of your classmates if you do have a problem. Okay? He may not have a problem of what? Buying maybe different kinds of stationery materials. Yeah, you have to collect with your friends and then share his burden. Yeah, therefore fundraising begins from there. That's it. How many of you are keen on and participate in such kind of activities that's going on in our country or area, etc.? The other one that is donating. Good, donating. Donating again begins from the scratch at home. Yeah. So how many of you are just donate your clothes or shoes? It's not manageable to your size, you should go and donate to them. It's no problem. That's good. That's why, because donating is very important. You have to donate for the others. Okay. Have you ever donated your blood to? Yeah, possible, but your age does not allow you to donate your blood this time. But it's obvious that when you go to high school, I'm sure that you become on the right age and you have to be ready to donate your blood to the others. So donation is not only an item, it's not only in money, but also in different contexts. The other one that is generous. Yeah, being generous is so nice in your life. Keen on and positive. So, how many of you are generous? We have to be generous in order to change the life of such kind of communities. So these very important vocabularies, if you want to talk about a charity, yeah, if you want to talk about the NGOs who are assisting the people in different contexts to change their life, right, these vocabularies are very important. So now, let me try to use these vocabularies in different contexts. Good. Let's go. How do we use these vocabularies in contexts? Let's go. The charity team organized an event to help the needy. The needy, yeah. Look how charity is used here now. The charity team, charity here now, it stands for referring to a specific group of people who are coming and stand for a special purpose. Their purpose is to help those needy people. Yeah. You are welcome and go and visit some of the local organizations who are highly working here in Ethiopia. The way how this group of people or the charity team voluntarily doing their activity in order to change the life of these communities. Therefore, charity is very good. So you are welcome to identify the meaning of the charity. Yeah, a special, an event to help, to help the needy. The needy means those peoples who need help. Let's go and see, some children spend their time or spend their day and night. On the street. Because they are harmless. They are harmless. Look, yeah, that is why homeless. That some children spend their day and night on the street because they are homeless. Look, spend the night. This is the context. It's okay, spend their night, the day and the night. Mean that? Not harm at all. They are homeless. So in what way do we help these kind of people? By organizing such kind of charity team, right? That's it. So, let's go and see the other vocabulary. Helpless. Right. Good. No one helps him. He is helpless. That means helpless, the name implies that no one helps him. It's a negative, right? And then helpless does not mean that only in the item. It's okay, it's maybe in an academic. If he's just poor at academy, you have to help him. All right, let's go and see. Yeah. We have to be volunteer. To help the needy or the poor. We have to be volunteers to help the needy. Yeah. How many of we are volunteers to assist these kind of people? Good. Contextual. Let's go and see the next one that is very good. Be organized. Team. Started the fundraising activities with other groups. With other groups. The organized team started the fundraising activities with other groups. Yeah. Fundraising can be organized by a special group, whereas it has to be supported by other groups too, right? We have to be part of a fundraising. The bankers, the offices. It's okay, it's not only the NGOs. Every local individuals should be part of these fundraising activities. Therefore, fundraising, very interesting word. And then let's go. That is the next one. That is good. Donating. Donating money or items for the poor is very important. Very important. Yes, donating money or items, any kind of donation. And then, good. There are a lot of generous people in Ethiopia. Sure, there are lots of generous people in Ethiopia. They are assisting people, those in need of a problem, with different contexts. Good. So these are some of the vocabularies that we have studied so far about the charity. Next to this, I would like to give you some of the questions regarding these vocabularies. So I'm writing a words among a few lists of the words, and you are welcome to complete those sentences using these vocabularies. Good. How many vocabularies have we studied till now? Let me give you some time and discuss with your friends. Very good. That's interesting. Yeah, you shared to each other. Are you going to try to make some sentences? That's good. Very interesting. Now, let me give you these vocabularies on the board, and you are welcome to fit those words in the appropriate place of the given sentences. So, I'm writing these vocabularies: charity, yeah, use these vocabularies in the appropriate, in the space provided below. This is your instruction, and then based on that, yeah, let me try to give you some activities, charity, and one else. That's good. Yeah, Peter, let's go generous. Yeah, another one, volunteer. Volunteer. And the other one that is fundraising. Fundraising. In other words, it's homeless. Homeless. Good. Let's go and do these vocabularies in order to complete in the space providing of these sentences. Very nice. Yeah. Committee. Begins to collect money. Good. He is so everybody likes him. Good. The blank team collects a huge amount of money. Or donation, possible. Let's go. Important. For your day-to-day activity. Good. Let us build houses for people. Good. Let's go and try these sentences by completing or by using the vocabularies that are given above, and you are welcome and share to your friends. Let me give you 3 minutes again. Try to complete these vocabularies. charity, generous, volunteer, fundraising, and harmless. Which sentence do you think is appropriate? Yeah, you may have two chances or two answers, may be possible. But let's go and do the appropriate vocabulary that is suitable in order to complete this sentence. Very important. The main issue of this activity is that it helps you how to use the vocabularies in context. Yeah, it's very important. At the same time, you have to use these vocabularies in your day-to-day life too. Yeah, not only to study them, but also while you are talking about this issue, okay, when your teachers are just telling you to write a paragraph or a sentence based on the vocabularies, you are welcome to practice this issue. Very good. Now, have you done it? That's interesting. Let's go and do together these questions. The blank committee begins to collect money. Where do you think it's correct? Good. Is that fundraising committee? Well, that's an interesting one. The fundraising committee begins to collect money. Why not to be the charity? Of course. It's also possible. Of course, it's also possible. But which do you think is better? Yeah, that is the charity. The fundraising committee begins to collect money. Most of the time, this kind of committee is forming in order to do this kind of activity. He's blank man, so everybody likes him. Yeah, he's a generous man. See, he's a generous man. He's a blank man, so everybody likes him. A generous man. Good. The blank team collect a huge amount of donation. Yeah. The charity team maybe. Yeah, or the fundraising team maybe. Both are actually with most cases. What do you think is correct? That means these two words are fundraising and the charity. More of fundraising is a kind of activity to take or collect something. So, the fundraising, the charity team collect a huge amount of donation. You know why? I would like to tell you about the issue of this team is a collective noun, students. You learned it in the previous grammar parties. So team is a collective noun. So it stands for referring to group. That was why I use here now without S. Thank you very much, students. Yeah, blank is important for your day-to-day activity. Why that? Volunteer. Yeah? Volunteer is important for your day-to-day activity. Volunteer. Be volunteer. Whatever the activity that you want to perform at school, at home, wherever it is, you have to be volunteer. Say yes. Yeah. Be positive. Yeah. Be positive. This is the meaning of the word what? Volunteer here now. Let us build a house for whom? For homeless people. Yeah. Build a house. Yeah. And maybe let's build houses for homeless people. Also possible. Yeah. Build houses for homeless people. Also possible, students. I'm sure that we have tried to do some of the sentences based on these vocabularies. So the main important issue of this lesson is that how you are answering or practicing vocabularies using in different contexts. Good, students. So I think we'd have 3 vocabularies and some other vocabularies which is related to this issue, and try to do at home and will share to your friends. That's all we have for today, students. Till we meet next lesson. Thank you. See you. Goodbye.